So let's get down to business.
Search AutoTrader.
So you might be thinking, this looks like a very weird Mercedes-Benz GLA. And you will be right, because this is not a GLA. This is an EQA, more specifically the EQA 250 in AMG line trim. And it's going to be spending the next few weeks with us, and we're going to be driving it, putting it through its paces and covering a lot of kilometers so that we can answer the questions you want to know about when you're thinking about buying or owning an electric vehicle, or more specifically, the EQA as is. So, but before we do that, let's jump in and see what the EQA is about, and let us introduce this car to you that you are going to be learning about over the next few weeks. Very noticeable is that you don't get a mesh grille like you do on a GLA. No, you get a very nice gloss black panel over here that is sort of decorated with these chrome strips and a very prominent Mercedes-Benz badge right in the center. Also very prominent is the daytime running lights. They are very, very unique to this model, especially the strip that lights up in between the two headlamps. And then of course, being an AMG line, you get the AMG styled front bumper, more aerodynamic wheels. Remember, electric cars do not like drag. This specific set fitted to our test unit are the 20-inch units, although you do get 19 and 18-inch units as well. Now that we've covered the front and the sides, let's come to the rear. As you can see, the EQA makes itself very distinct as well, with that light bar running all the way across, extending the whole width of the tailgate. So what can you expect in the boot? Well, there is 430 liters available as is, although if you fold the rear seats flat, you can expect up to 2,470 liters of luggage space. So let's get down to business. Underneath the bonnet, where your engine usually sits, there's now an electric motor, and it is coupled to a 69.7 kilowatt hour battery. Although 66.5 kilowatts should be available to you to use, because there's a little bit of a buffer built in there. So how powerful is it? Well, this electric motor will deliver 140 kilowatts as well as 386 newton meters of torque. That's enough to accelerate the EQA 250 from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 8.6 seconds and onto a top speed of 160 kilometers an hour. You might think 160 kilometers an hour isn't quite a lot, but remember, electric cars are geared towards traffic and congestion. They absolutely love traffic because that's where they save the most energy, but they don't love highways too much. Although with that battery and motor combination, you can expect anywhere between 402 and 429 kilometers of range on a single charge. Although we are going to be testing that, and we want you to stay with us, stick with us, as we're going to be dropping a full review of this model very, very soon. Step inside and you're going to realize it's very much GLA. You still have this textured inlays, the soft touch materials here. More importantly, you still have the circular air vents and the touchpad down here, the 10-inch infotainment display and 10-inch driver instrument cluster all behind one single pane, the older style steering wheel, but it still feels very modern. It still feels very fresh. So why update it? There's very little that you can fault. The finishes and the fitment, very, very nice. Although I do have to spend a lot more time behind the steering wheel still before we can really give feedback. If you want one of these EQA 250s, and without some of these optional extras such as the lane keeping assist and the optional wireless charging bay for your phone and the larger alloy wheels on the exterior, you can expect to pay 1.2 million 32,400 rands for this model. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this quick review of the Mercedes-Benz EQA 250 in AMG line trim. Now remember, we want to answer all the questions you have about this particular car, so please like, subscribe, Tick that bell icon and comment on this video to let us know what you want to know about next.
Search AutoTrader.